Namaste, angels. I'm going to do a client reading for somebody for whom I've read once before. And she's also one of my Divine Light Cleanse clients, as is her sister and her daughter. So they're all having tremendous results with that. And she's back for another reading, which is awesome because the first reading that I did for her deceased mother kind of took over that one. This reading, some of you who've seen it may recall, one of my client readings. Right in the beginning, I started talking about how I had gotten a nosebleed. My nose was bleeding. And then there was a woman coming in telling me about cancer, that she had passed away of cancer. Well, it turned out it was the client's mother, who she was asking me at the time to let them know that she had passed away of cancer because she had never said what she had, although they had the idea already that she had cancer. She had never said that she was ill with anything. So I told her daughter, and her daughter's nose began to bleed as well. So that was like the mother coming through again to confirmation to say, yep, it was really me. She's telling the truth. So this is one of my clients. I'm very happy to give her another reading with that part. I guess more so about her life and what she was going through at the time. That part moving behind her, and with her moving into a time more about herself and her divine masculine, and hopefully their future together. Because after the cleanse, also they've come together quite a bit. They've been spending more and more time together. So that was one of the reasons why she was so satisfied with it. In any case, I'm very happy to do her reading, and I'm starting with Tantric Union from my Tony Carmine Salerno Universal Love Oracle, which is about that 5D connection. And I'm opening to Earth connection, which speaks about Venus to me and Archangel Chamuel, but also about Earth signs. Capricorn. I don't know why that one came out first. Maybe somebody's a Capricorn. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. And definitely the need to get out into nature and connect with nature whenever you can. Tantric Union. Answered prayer. In nature, while you're out like alone, walking, sitting, whatever it is really a good time to, I find, like commune with the universe, talk to the universe, a good time for that prayer. While you're, just like spending time with Mother Nature. Tantric Union. And balance, which has been coming up quite a bit for the collective in general, and very much in that sense, when it's come up for the collective, at least from what I could feel and tell and hear, having a lot to do with air and water. And that demonstrating what coming into balance truly means. Like if we can work together in a peaceful way rather than erupting, like we've seen around the world lately with all the natural events and disasters that have been going on. Hurricane Maria, Jose, Harvey, Irma. This is all, what happens when water and air get together. But it can be peaceful too. And when it is, it's like the perfect storm, right? Just calm and still. Tantric Union. Oh, answered prayer is back. So this is important for you. And we may have some air and water. This card demonstrates air and water for me too. The star here on the woman's throat chakra, over her throat chakra, to me says that, she has something to say. And this is an angel. She could be delivering the message to you with regard to whatever your prayer was. She could be delivering the answer. Or this could be a representation of you or your guardian. And the fact that, she's carrying a message for you. You had something to say to the universe. So the star in the traditional tarot, like the Rider-Waite, not this is just oracle cards, represents the sign of Aquarius, major arcana card number 17. And then butterflies for me are very much connected to, well, air too, because like to me the queen of air is about death and rebirth in many ways too. Like she cuts things out so that she can have something new. But butterflies represent specifically for me also the sign of Scorpio, which is also about transformation, death, and rebirth. And that would be air and water, Aquarius and Scorpio, let's say. But more importantly, answer prayer. Overall energy for you from this deck is love. And I'm going to now do my cross spread from the perspective of the masculine first. So this card will represent you, about you. So this could be your higher self leaving the message. This could be something about what you're already conscious as well. You with regard to you. Then the masculine with regard to you. And with regard to himself. Of course, all of these as it relates to the union, you know, as that connects. The masculine with regard to the union itself as a whole. Overall, and the outcome. This is what the masculine would have you to do or contribute or surrender toward the union, you know, working out. Like what work he would have you to put in. This is what he himself is willing to do. And this is what the universe would have the two of you to do or surrender, contribute. Again, your overall energy is love. Physical body. So you and I actually have spoken about, you asked me a question once and I answered it with medical issues. So I won't, you know, I won't go into that, what they were, but this is coming to me again that you know that there's some things you need to monitor. And there's going to have to be changes to your diet. There's going to have to be. And you're going to have to eat more like fresh fruit and vegetable stuff, like grown out in the sun, in nature. Nature card is coming back too. That is for you. But I think you are aware of that. And it goes toward helping the union, facilitating the union, bringing it together. And here you see very much these same colors. And it's another nude woman. This is asking you to surrender toward this process, like to stop fighting it. And listen, listen right behind it with another nude woman. The nude body to me, and more Aquarius, more star. The nude body to me symbolizes full surrender, because we can't be any more vulnerable than this. Especially in the pictures where not only are they nude, but their eyes are closed. Okay, that's complete vulnerability. The masculine about. There's Raphael. I didn't even say anything about healing. Oh, maybe he knows something I don't know. The masculine about the feminine. Wow. This card, I mean, those of you who have seen me read it before, know that for me, it is about healing. He's so funny. It is about healing. It's about allowing the universe, and again, the vulnerability. Just like you sitting back and allowing yourself to be healed. That doesn't mean not to do, when I say sitting back, it doesn't mean not doing what you need to do. But part of allowing yourself to be healed is following the guidance that you've been given. And then, you know, giving up the rest to God, so to speak. Enchantment. Also, in a more literal sense, the masculine being enchanted, you know, with you, very taken with you. Like, you know, these like are your rays, and this would be him. Like what happens to him. You are healing to him. But in order for us to be healing to other people and to help other people to remain well, we have to first heal ourselves. You're on an airplane and you have to, everyone's in need of oxygen. The oxygen cups drop down. You have to take some first before you give some to anybody else, even your own child. Because if you're not okay, then you can't help them. Okay, that's what this is. The masculine with relation to himself. As it relates to the union. Soulmate. How beautiful is that? I love when they pick those kind of cards. And it just says it all. That's awesome. And the union. Wow. Wow. Isn't that beautiful? Sacred union. Really, really nice. I'm happy for you. Overall, more Aquarius coming through with the mystic water sign too. Because this is a card about intuition and listening. Basically, not ignoring the signs, including those from the physical body. Like not just looking for, I heard something or I saw a feather or whatever. We got to pay attention to our bodies too. And sometimes we, it's not just something that we can, hope away or whatever, or ignore. Sometimes we got to seek attention or treat something ourselves. I'm all for holistic, very much so. I'm a distant healer, so I'd be a hypocrite to not be for that. But the idea is we have to treat these things. We can't just, allow them to go by the wayside. Okay. Will the masculine have you to let go of fear? Wow. And we always think that they're the ones that are afraid, right? But then as we can feel as a collective of feminine, the masculine as a collective, as a group coming closer, and we all begin to talk about that with, amongst ourselves and with one another. I always say, like, don't, panic now. Like, make sure that we're, because we always want to call him in. What happens next? We got to be ready. So this is what the masculine is saying here. He's there. This is how he feels. Let go of the fear. What is he willing to do? So tantric union is very much about the 5D aspects of the connection for me. Tantric union can be, a 3D experience, a sensual and sexual experience too. But with this card, it's very much about the ascension. And so it is saying that what he is willing to do is to continue to grow, as an individual, as a being toward the sacred union. He's willing to, yes, continue to ascend, and whatever that means, toward reaching this, goal that the universe has set forth for you guys. Not something that he would have or could have, there's no fault against him, come up with. He's willing to work on it now, though, like to do his part. And what the universe will have the two of you to do is surrender, meditate. So if you can do this outside, and it doesn't have to be like this, obviously it doesn't have to be naked outside, but you're getting more naked, you're getting more surrender. This is the universe's instructions to you very clearly, and even through the masculine. But not only that, you don't have to sit Indian style or whatever. I mean, you can, you don't have to. But as long as you spend some time like in quiet, in peace, connecting with Mother Nature, with God, with, your higher self, all of that kind of stuff. Whatever being makes you feel most comfortable. You need to, find like a peaceful place. And the outcome here. That is what's going to bring you into balance. How awesome. And I spoke so long about this balance thing. Now we know why. Now we know why. And this fell away as I was picking them up. So before I exposed listen when I picked up the cards and was showing you your overall energy of love. When I picked up love, listening was under there. And now when I picked up the whole stack to take it away, healing sounds fell away. So this is also another means of meditation. Healing sounds. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it a million times. And there's tons of it on the internet, on YouTube. You can just type in healing tones, healing sounds, binaural tones, binaural. And there's one for like any and everything you could imagine. Okay. With this deck, hashtag creepy deck, I'm beginning with past love. And with this one, I'm going to do a cross spread as well. But this one will be from the perspective of the universe rather than you or the masculine. And opening 2 obstacles. That could mean a past love is an obstacle, or that there is some other sort of obstacle in the way of a past love situation. Opening to dating. Past love. And this brunette female, she's in reverse. I like to make note when she's in reverse. I open to her in reverse quite often. And she could be a third energy, because I'm starting with, if I use my Angel Tarot, Awakening, which represents the sign of Pisces, to speak of water signs and the possibility of me right now reading for water and air, because I don't know. We never discussed that. But Awakening represents for me the sign of Pisces and the planet Neptune, which rules Pisces. This is the hangman in the traditional tarot. It is a 12, which means it's a 3. And for me, could be a party of 3. Not necessarily romantic, but quite possible a love triangle. This could be who one of the 3 could be who the brunette female represents. And now opening to the Ice King. Now the Ice King can again be an air sign. Can be a Scorpio too, because this guy represents Mars for me, and Mars is a ruler of Scorpio, in addition to Pluto. And also Leo, but it's very like, quote, controlling, authoritative, perhaps overbearing sort of energy that comes from this card. And that can be your ex, his ex, somebody, some sort of past love. Ice King. Children, but also new love. Ice King. I'm going to cut. I don't know who the children were. Last time it came through to me that you were the guardian of your grandchild or children. And you said that was correct too. So that could be, again, what's popping up, that the children are an aspect on which you focus, or you feel you need to consider, include, or, however that works. So coming out to blonde female, which could represent one of those children, or could represent you, whether you are a blonde female or not, because this tends to represent like the quote unquote light, like with a brunette female is that darker, sort of jealous and quote unquote karmic energy for me. This one is like of the light. And she's a redhead like me, even though it says blonde female. I think she's a redhead. The overall energy is karma. The divine couple. Recent past. Near future. Blocks to the union. I never go in order when I do this. I don't even know what in order would mean. I'm always all over the place. The masculine's higher self. Let me just move this. Masculine's higher self. What the feminine can do. What the masculine can do. Further advice from the universe. And the outcome. Divine couple. Beauty queen. Interesting. Because this card is about looking good, feeling that you look good, being very attractive, you know, not only to yourself and feeling that way, but like other people, maybe getting a lot of attention, being in the spotlight, being really popular. And this is representing you and the masculine, the divine couple. The recent past, young female. So maybe there was an instance or something that came up with one of those children, granddaughter or daughter. I don't know if the masculine has any children, but that young female, somebody's child came up first, and not necessarily a child, but somebody's child. So it can be your adult child too. The near future. Dating queen, crossing beauty queen. This is really interesting. So not only are you guys like really popular and looking good and feeling good and all that kind of stuff, but other people are interested. Other suitors. Potentially for both of you. The masculine's higher self. Children. He's the one that's thinking about children. Now these could still be yours that he's taking into consideration. Let's see what else comes up. Blocks to the union. Work. Somebody feeling too busy. This doesn't have to mean actual labor. This can be like the work that goes into the relationship. But it can be labor too. It can be trying to find that balance between like family, right? Family and your mate and work, you know, work, home, all that kind of stuff. And trying the balance. Here comes balance again. What can you do about any of this? Mature woman. So you're going to like approach whatever the situation is from a mature perspective. So not like hopefully fly off the handle or, you know, be objective to compromise or anything like that. You're going to be, a mature woman is going to handle a situation, I think, very Queen of Air, like, you know, like as diplomatically and fairly as she possibly can. And the masculine? Family. Children, young female family. There's some sort of situation going on. And it may not be one that you have seen, because it can be what the masculine is thinking in terms of like the full package. What comes with him? What comes with you? You know, are there children on both sides and we got to try to make this big, huge family? Like, how do we get this to work? How do we get it to work? You understand? How do we get this family to work? Incorporate the children and all of that stuff. Maybe particularly maybe a daughter or granddaughter. Handle it like a mature woman. Further advice from the universe. You gotta like let go of control. There's somebody trying to control the situation and manipulate. So you guys are either, or one of the other of you is either like the manipulator or the manipulatees. In any case, this is probably why all those cards of surrender showed up in your previous spread. You gotta let go. Like you can't control the situation. Outcome. Freedom. These strings have to be cut. Somebody may have to let their, you know, maybe their grown child is living, you know, with them, you or the masculine or something like that, or you're still like you're involved in a way that is taking away time, is not allowing for the balance, is not allowing for time for yourself, enough time for yourself and the relationship and this and that. And some of the strings need to be cut on yourself and maybe on a child, like empty nest. This could be the masculine too. I don't know. Or something that you're tied to in relation to family. It's time to like loosen up on that and seek some freedom and some peace for you. And ultimately, it's going to be best for everybody. Okay. Wow. Glad we still have time for, let's look at some general energy, beginning again with awakening. And I wonder if I should do this. Strength with Archangel Ariel. I just felt like all of a sudden, like maybe I should just go straight to romance. Let me look at a couple of these cards, though. I'll just see what I open to. Strength with Archangel Ariel. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments. Instead, exercise some forgiveness and compassion. The Strength card represents the sign of Leo or other fire sign. And again, this represents Pisces or water signs for me. Scorpio, Cancer. Strength. And now the King of Air, who's brilliant, impartial, professional, and diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice. Balance mental and emotional considerations. The King of Air is an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Or someone, you know, taking on a lot of those traits, behaviors, attributes right now. King of Air. And opening to the Three of Earth. The power of creativity. Recognition for very high quality work. Be a team player. Now, there may be a younger woman at somebody's job that's problematic too for one way or another. It could be good in the way of your money or something. A young female that's not like a real friend at your job or maybe the masculine's job. The Three of Earth is about abundance. Threes tend to be about abundance. And it's like money you worked for, though. This is earnings, the Three of Earth. And it's like your boss, they want to reward you. Also, for me, it's about ascension in that sense as it relates to, you know, light beings and things. Because that way, it's like our boss, the universe, giving you a promotion too. Your promotion is that you're being elevated. The King of Air, elevated in a spiritual sense. And now the King of Earth, who is generous, professional, responsible, and practical. A successful time. Confidently accept opportunities you're offered. You have the Midas touch. The King of Earth is a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, or somebody taking on those traits or attributes. This is very loving too. The overall energy is the Two of Fire, which represents divine unions or quote unquote twin flames. You've come into your own. New partnerships or contracts. Continue to move forward. Of course, as it relates to general energy, it can be about a partnership, maybe something at work. Again, maybe this young female is somebody with whom you're partnering, or the masculine is partnering at work. I don't know if she means well. I just felt like she might not when I picked up that Three of Earth. Let's see what else we can come up with. Masculine, the Knight of Water, emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative. Falling in love or wedding proposals. The need to balance emotions and maybe even an invitation to a social event. So we got that dating card before. We saw a lot of love from the masculine. This is him like being emotional. He may be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or just feeling that way right now, which is awesome and beautiful. He's surrounded by the Page of Fire. Outgoing, creative, confident, and mischievous is the Page of Fire. Also, they are a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, or someone with those traits or behaviors, attributes. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. Page of Fire brings news of an opportunity for you. But in the masculine's subconscious is worry. The Nine of Air, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. For you, the Seven of Fire, defend your beliefs and decisions, stand your ground, but choose your battles wisely. So, you're going to decide when to acknowledge someone that's maybe asking you about your business, and when to just walk away and, not give into any of it. You're surrounded by the Eight of Water, a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. This is about ascension too. And in your subconscious, the Ten of Fire, too much work. So work coming up again. Accept help from others. Maybe you're spending a lot of time with the children. You're doing everything with the children. Maybe you're seeing this in his life. In either case, life is out of balance, and that leads to stress-related health concerns. Crowning is the Hermit with Archangel Raziel. This is about the need to go within and do some meditation and learn more about you. Spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching and discovery. During this spiritual teaching, you are both the teacher and the student. This is about learning what you want. It's about enlightenment too. So again, with ascension, about coming into some understanding, some knowing that you didn't have prior, all of that. At the root, the Six of Earth, gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, and receiving a loan or paying off debts. The Six of Earth is about just that. But for me, it's very much like the purest form of unconditional love. This represents completely unconditional love for me, this card. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck. It also represents the planet Venus for me, and in that sense, both Libra and Taurus. And at the heart of the matter, the High Priestess, Archangel Haniel, listen to your intuition. Have patience and consider carefully what you want before acting. Are you going through something like with your body, with your weight, like you're not happy with the way you look? Because that doesn't really make sense with the beauty queen, but that just came out of High Priestess. And actually, sometimes she can represent like dysmorphia, like you're getting a wrong impression about yourself. And you need to go within because you're not seeing, like other people are seeing the beauty and you're not seeing it all. That comes with the High Priestess. The High Priestess also guides you to pay close attention to your intuition and to not share all your business. This can be coming up with work again, like to not tell everything because everybody doesn't mean you well. And the High Priestess keeps some stuff to herself. So if it's connected to an opportunity, this could be going for the masculine too. The Page of Fire sitting here next to the High Priestess representing an opportunity. If it's connected to, like, don't tell everything. And going to the romance angels, beginning with romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And opening to pay attention to the red flags. Well, let's see the red flags that you have here. You got this really beautiful one, the Two of Fire. So you know what kind of relationship you're dealing with. So you want to defend that. We already saw what kind of relationship you were dealing with already anyway. Soulmate, sacred union. So protect that. But then there's these other red flags that are warning you too. This one warns you of things that can affect you physically. To get back to that physical body card, like high blood pressure and headaches, stress-related health concerns. So you got to relax, chill out. This sort of goes to that as well, because it says, yes, defend yourself, but you're not going to fight every fight. Sometimes you're just going to walk away because nobody has that kind of energy to expend. So that's a red flag for you. And then this is where you didn't know and you were worried, you were panicked about maybe, from where some income was going to come or what was going to be your next step, what you're going to do. Where do we go from here in terms of your life's work or whatever. And this is with regard to the masculine. He doesn't know maybe that this opportunity is coming in, so he's worried. But this is the red flag. This is the universe saying, no, you're going to have an opportunity. So that's pay attention to the red flags. Romantic feelings. And trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. romantic feelings. Boom, soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate for like the 4th time, we're being told. Soulmate and chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Soulmate. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Overall energy is express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So we just want to see what else we get for you guys. Atop the Knight of Water, deception. Someone's wearing a false self mask in this relationship, but sitting next to the Hermit, as we'll recall, the Hermit sitting there, it could be him lying to himself, and that's why he needs to go within about something. Trying to hide his emotions. The Knight of Water, very emotional. Not that he's walking around wimpy and crying, I don't mean like that, but very, emotional. Romantic and all that. So this can be lying to yourself about that. Atop the Page of Fire, which again is about opportunity and chance. Yes, give your relationship an opportunity is what the romance angels say. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. So there's that work again, which can also be another meaning for the 3 of Earth. Could be implying work again on the relationship, because the 3 of Earth says you'll receive your, what you earn in that regard. Atop the 9 of Air, wedding. This situation involves marriage. Well, we saw that it was a sacred union, so there could be that. The masculine maybe in his head a lot about that, especially if he does have air in his chart, which it seems he may. If he's married as well, this can have dual meaning. And there's also something going on there and worry in that regard. And that can have to do with the deception too. Like, lying about yourself, about what you really want and where you really want to be and all of that. Top the 7 of Fire. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Well, since this is about fighting battles and things, you can ask your friends. I say all the time, my friends are the angels. Ask them which ones to fight. Maybe if you want guidance on that, advice on that. Atop the 8 of Water, very appropriate. It makes a lot of sense. Is retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world, because the 8 of Water is about seeking higher learning, seeking higher meaning. And it's here crossing the Hermit again. So I think a lot of that higher meaning and that understanding, that enlightenment into what you're trying to come is within. It's about you. Here atop the 10 of Fire, codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So there's an unhealthy relationship or circumstance or situation, again, which is causing you undue stress, which can lead to health concerns. Any person, place, or thing with which you have a toxic, unhealthy relationship. And you might not even see that it's unhealthy, because it's like something that you need, like they need. We need one another. It's addictive, but it's not a good situation or circumstance or relationship, whatever it is for you. Here atop the Hermit, after you go within, you'll be able to come even closer together. It's reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Atop the 6 of Earth, and we have chemistry. So I said this was like the purest form of unconditional love. Like, this is the real deal for me, and it's connected to chemistry. So that makes sense too. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. And at the heart of the matter, atop the High Priestess, yet again, pay attention to the red flags the signs are cautioning you. So in this regard, with the 7 of fire, like stand your ground. In this regard, with the 10 of fire, these red flags that have turned up now, watch, be mindful about your energy and how much of it you give to any particular situation or circumstance, because you need it for you. And again, the 2 of fire is about the love. That's about your divine union and the fact that it does exist, and that's something that is worth defending. From the Tony Carmine Solano Universal Love Oracle to the masculine relationship. So this card, of course, speaks to, it's another reconfirmation yet again of the relationship. It also speaks to the need for one to go within and work on their relationship with themselves. Lying to yourself. Work on your relationship with yourself. That's going to improve your relationship with other people. That's for the masculine. For you, healing sounds. So you need to listen to this. And maybe you can listen to some healing sounds that will help you to to release fear. They have that. But also, well, you know what? Fear is combined with codependency. Because if you weren't afraid, you wouldn't need this other person, place, or thing, or feel that you did. So healing sounds to release fear is what I recommend to you. For the masculine, true love. Yet another confirmation. And for you, from the hashtag creepy deck, new love. So this is love anew. Again, after you both, you receive some enlightenment about yourselves, you can come even closer together. Love anew yet again. The masculine needs to trust. This situation is calling for him to have faith in order to make it through. For you, another reconfirmation, soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. And from the angels to the masculine. Wow, you got to be kidding me. The lovers with Archangel Raphael. Intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. Good health. The lovers is about love in relationships, and everybody wants to see it. It can also be about a decision, however, and often, at least in my mind, that decision between two people, two quote unquote karmic relationships. And I don't mean karmic as in bad. I mean karmic as in of the universe, as in fated, as in destined. Something bigger than yourself put you with this other person, or put this other person in your path, and now you're connected, and now you got to choose between two. And lastly, for you, release. Wow. Here's your air and water, big time. The lovers represents the sign of Gemini. And mother. This represents mother, right? The queen of air herself, who is a Gemini. And release, or death in the traditional tarot, represents the sign of Scorpio and father. So this is having an additional meaning, I believe, for you, the fact that you got the two of these. The end of a phase or situation. So let go of that phase. Let go of that situation. Pay attention to the red flags yet again. It's time to move on. Like the 8 of water wants to move on. It's time to move on from this toxic situation. Let it go. Cut the strings, like to that puppet. And something new will be reborn. I promise. It always happens that way. I hope that you find your reading helpful and that you enjoy it. Namaste, Angel.